everyone, and welcome to another episode of Soundcheck. I'm Wade.
And I'm Joe.
And today we are doing the final episode of Mastodon, as of this recording, of Mastodon's discography. Because obviously they're going to release future stuff in the future.
The end for now.
The end for now of the twofers, pretty much. And we are going to do Once More Around the Sun and Blood Mountain. Emperor of Sand. Sorry, I got Blood Mountain on the mind. So, mountain, sand, you get it. I'm trying to save myself here. Sorry. So, we're finally here. We went through The Hunter, which was an experience.
Yeah.
And and then we are going to Once More Around the Sun, which came out in 2014.
That it did.
It's
a cool psychedelic cover again.
It may be one of the best covers Mastodon's ever released. And this is where I feel like they take what they want to do with The Hunter, and they finally kind of take that lump of coal and make it into a diamond.
Yeah, so this is still non-conceptual, not really, I mean, there's loose themes, but there's not a lot.
There's theories that they're of the idea of what this theme is. Basically, fans just on the internet trying to make their own theme out of it.
But this isn't quite like part of a story, or it's not like Leviathan.
Yeah, and I think it's a much more. I listened to all these like at least 3 to 4 or 5 times. And I felt like this album was very consistent. It was never like, whenever it starts kind of losing you, it draws you back in. It's got some ebbs and flows, but it's not like The Hunter where it's just like, it's all downhill from here. It's more like, picking a worst song it was easy, but also it wasn't like, because what we do is, I don't know if you, but I usually say, this is the best column, this is the worst column, then I have to decide which one's which.
Right.
And I couldn't really, my worst column was like 2 to 3 songs.
And I think what helps this record is, The Hunter's 2011, this is 2014. This is an extra year than normal that they take. Because they normally put out an album, tour on it for 2 years, and put out another album. This one, they took an extra year, it seemed like.
They released a live album.
There was a
Brixton, I think?
Yeah, and I think it allowed them to cook on the ideas a little longer.
Yeah. And
so I think there's a lot... I think a lot of the songs are a lot more polished. I think they put a lot of thought into the order of the record, and of where the songs go.
And it's also a little fun fact that I found out when watching the making of album, that a lot of the songs that are on A Cold Dark Place, the EP they released after Emperor of Sand, were from this era. Like Toe to Toe was like maybe supposed to be part of this album, and you can really. Based on the vibe of the album, you can really see it, because it has a really kind of laid-back vibe to it, but also kind of like laid back, like, that, like, High Road, that riff is, like, kind of simple, but it's like, you can, like, go in your car and, really bob your head to it, but then you get to a Sleep in the Deep, which is kind of like, I could lay in bed, turn on the record with the lights out, and be, like, into a whole nother world. Like, it has a nice kind of, like, it's not like abrasive, like, like Remission. It's just kicking your teeth in. This one's more of like a cool, mellow. Yeah. It's heavy, and I think, but mellow jam.
This is much more of like a hard rock record. It's more of a prog hard rock record. And the songs, while still, like, some of them have that patented poetic kind of style of writing for the lyrics. Some of them are still on the nose, kind of like The Hunter, but I think they're better done in this one than they were on the Hunter.
Yeah.
What's your best?
Best? I'm going to avoid stuff like Mother Lode and High Road, because High Road would definitely be up there. I love the chorus of High Road.
High Road would not be up there for me.
But if I had to pick one, I like A Sleep in the Deep, but I'm going to pick one that I just love the guitar, the bass, the chorus, the outro, Halloween. I love like the outro, bow down, and then they stop, and then they go again. I love the chorus, and when they do the verse, you hear the bass just really going crazy with it. I think it's got a nice. I don't know. I just like the groove of it. But Asleep in the Deep. I like that. I like Chimes at Midnight.
Chimes at Midnight's good.
I think I know your favorite, and it's also a really great song. Is it Ember City?
It's Ember City.
Ember City. I didn't pick Ember City. I knew you would because I really like that song.
Personally, it's my favorite chorus. I think this is one of the more powerful songs.
Yeah.
On the record, and it's just I really dig it, and I think that's one that really goes under the radar because I got to get into it. Wait, we got to do the checklist. The first song, Tread Lightly, great song.
Yes.
That's also on my best list.
Yeah.
So is Motherlode.
But did the Scott Kelly song make it for you? Which is Diamonds in the White House. Diamond in the Witch House. White House. I'm gonna say it. I like Diamond in the Witch House. I like
it. We now transition to Joe's worst songs, and Diamond in the Witch House is one of them.
Unfortunately, we did not. One.
I did not. I did not dig it. This Scott Kelly song is the trend breaker.
Mine, I think it's the other one. Is it Aunt Lisa?
Aunt Lisa is awful.
Yes,
sorry,
it is.
Sorry, Aunt Lisa, if that is a tribute song.
It features the coat hangers.
I think that was a little left of the target.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, like in my rankings, this one really hindered it. Like it was like this is like really consistent. Like oh my god, this album. And then they hit Aunt Lisa, and I'm already kind of losing. They're kind of losing me. I forget what the song.
Once More Around the Sun wasn't that great either.
The Feast Your Eyes, I was okay. Once More Around the Sun, I like it.
Feast Your Eyes is about the same level as High Road for me.
It's just like okay, it's in the middle road. All right, and then Aunt Lisa is just like ooh, not a good one. Yeah. I mean, I don't know what else to say. It's just like, yep, that was just not their best song.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
And then we fast forward another.
We're gonna cut. Sorry.
It's okay.
I had that coming on. All right.
And then we're gonna move on to this came out in 2014.
True.
Another 3 years. 2017 comes.
True.
And they come out with Emperor of Sand.
Yep.
Which is the theme of this one. I always think it's time. That's the theme we're going on. It's basically about a man's journey into from the desert to the afterlife, and basically just cancer or a terminal illness.
This one kind of has a loose kind of theme story to it. It's not quite as hardcore as like Leviathan or even Crack the Sky, with as crazy of a story that is.
I recommend watching the making of on YouTube. I recommend that because they really give you kind of an insight on their mindset of the album. We know that Troy's wife had cancer. Mm-hmm. Most recently, their manager died of cancer.
Yeah. At that time.
Yeah. And as someone, I've dealt with people with cancer, and it really is like a ticking clock, and the sand is running out, and you're like, yeah.
And I think this record, like, it's not like stringent like upon that theme, but they make everything work with it. Yes. Like you can see it as a long story.
Yes.
So.
This is
best.
Best. I'll tell you now. This one is one of my favorite Mastodon albums.
Oh yeah,
it's one of them. Because it was really hard to pick a worst, really hard to pick a best.
Yeah, I have a lot listed for my best column.
Yes. I'm just gonna go through. You know what? It might be easier. I don't know. I'm not gonna say "Show Yourself." That's the single.
It's a great single.
It's a great single. It's got a great hook.
It's actually I don't have that in my list either on my best, but it's a great single.
I'm going to give you 3.
Okay.
3. It was so tough. Sultan's Curse, great opening.
Yeah, that's in my
list. Love
it.
Love the lyrics. Love it.
Opening track, that's great. We're back on track, baby.
I'm not going to say one because I know it's in yours.
Okay.
I like Roots Remain.
That's another one on my list.
I love the opening, and I love like it's just so heavy with Troy's voice like, and then you get like Braun is really hitting that chorus.
He belts it.
Yeah,
he belts it on the record.
And
well, that's what's great. This record, I think, utilizes all three of them really well.
Yes.
It started to happen on Once More Around the Sun, like on Tread Lightly, and like I think Motherlode might have a little bit of all three of them. But they start really using the three vocalists, Braun, Brent, and Troy. They start really using them really effectively and kind of putting them where they're best at. Yes. And just throwing
Soul's Curse is a good example.
That's how they're like divvying up the lyrics, and it really works on this record.
My third one, Scorpion Breath.
Scorpion Breath's on my list too.
That's fucking Scott Kelly, and that fucking song is awesome.
Scott Kelly, another awesome song.
That is an awesome song. What is your best? Let me guess. Is Andromeda one of them?
Andromeda is my best.
That's the one I was.
You named all the other ones.
That's the one I was not going to list. Was Andromeda's going to be his favorite? Because I remember when they were releasing the singles. Yeah. They did Show Yourself, and then they did Andromeda, and you're like, dude, you gotta listen to this.
Yeah. So when they were leading into this record being released, they would show parts of the documentary that was going to come out, and they also released the songs. So they released like Show Yourself with the video, not Motherlode. So it was Show Yourself. There was a Sultan's Curse was released with like a lyric video, and I know Andromeda was.
Yeah.
I want to say there was another one in there too, but I can't remember.
I think it was just Andromeda after that.
But Andromeda comes out, and I lose my mind. That's a great song.
You text me immediately, and I'm like,
I love that song so much. I love the dissonance of the chords. It's very, it reminds me of Crusher Destroyer. You have the sliding chords, and this one they're dissonant like flat fifth chords.
Yeah.
And I'm so in.
Yeah.
On that song as soon as that riff starts, and then Troy's vocals kick in. I'm like, we're balls to the wall on this one.
Then you hear the drop, and then like the vocals come in. You're like, oh my god! It's like a sledgehammer to the freaking chest. It's like, oh my god!
And it's just so. It's such a badass song.
And then for worse, now they're not terrible songs.
No,
but they're all in a row for me.
Yeah, I remember that. There's a lull in this record.
After Roots Remain, you get to Word of the Wise. Fine.
Yeah, that's on my worst.
Ancient Kingdom.
That's my worst.
Fine.
I'm picking that for my worst. I'm picking Ancient Kingdom.
The next one's my worst. Clandestiny.
I liked Clandestiny.
I could live without it. Like,
I thought it was okay.
You get into that lull, and then you get into Andromeda, and you're like, oh yeah. And then Scorpion's Breath, oh my god. And then you get close with a... And then Jaguar of God is awesome.
Jaguar of God does... It deserves a little more love.
It's a great epic ending.
I think Andromeda's the real highlight of this record. Yeah. Once you get past the first, like, 3 songs.
Yeah.
I think Andromeda is kind of where the record really shines, where Mastodon kind of... It almost like they revert back to old school Mastodon for a half of, like, for about 3 minutes.
Yeah.
And it just kicks your ass, and then we come back.
Now, we're finally at it, Joe. We're finally here.
We're at the rankings.
The rankings of all the albums, the first 8 albums.
8 albums.
I couldn't count for a minute.
There are 8 of them. Right?
There's 8. So, rankings. Do you want to go first or do you want me to go first? I think you said you might have a controversial one.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I'll go first then.
Yeah.
Number 1, from best to worst.
Okay.
Crack the Sky.
You're kidding.
Nothing's going to crack that.
Stop.
Number 2, Blood Mountain.
Okay, yeah.
Number 3,
okay,
Emperor of Sand.
Okay.
Number 4, Leviathan.
All right.
Number 5, Once More Around the Sun. Then, Remission. Call of the Mastodon.
Man, I just feel you put that way low for
no
reason.
And of course, dead last is The Hunter.
Okay.
I already know that me putting Call of the Mastodon is like a dagger to your heart, apparently.
I mean, part of me gets it. part of me says, why? Like, come on, man.
So what is your ranking, Joe?
Alright, let's go to my ranking since yours are wrong. Number 1, Crack the Sky.
No way.
Yeah, I mean...
We're twinsies. I thought people would be hating on Crack the Sky.
I believe we're twinning.
Twinning.
Yeah, so... Crack the Sky, no bad songs, all great songs, great record, great. It's very thematically, cohesive.
Yes.
And it's just a great prog rock metal record. Okay. 2, Call the Mastodon. It is your love it or hate it record, because it is very much the same all the way through. Very cohesive. So, if you listen to Shadows That Move and you do not like it, don't listen to the rest of the record. Because it's more of that.
I thought the record was just fine. Nothing stood out.
Yeah, and you put it at the bottom of your list.
And that's the problem, because nothing stood out.
3, Blood Mountain. It's a great record. Really underrated.
When I walked into this, I thought...
Because at the time, I heard some magazines put it up there with Leviathan. Even some of them were really like, it's as good, if not better. And I think the general feeling is, there's no way. There's no way it's better than Leviathan. But it is. It's better than Leviathan.
It is.
Take it from us.
It is.
All right? 4, Emperor of Sand. Because this record has so much good and so few bad. The worst songs are okay.
They're just fine songs.
Yeah, you can get by. Like this, and that's the thing.
I judge it off. Would
what?
You skip it immediately?
I think, I think a good way to put this for Mastodon is they don't normally put out bad records. In fact, almost all of their records are really good to great.
Yes.
So I think that's one thing we should take out of this. Number 5, I've got Leviathan. I got it right in the middle.
I am so surprised because I thought our list would have Leviathan super high up there. And both of our lists are like, Leviathan.
I thought Leviathan would be up there for me too.
Yeah.
My problem with Leviathan is...
when they hit, they hit. And when they miss, they miss.
They really miss, yeah. I wish Leviathan was more like Call of the Mastodon. I think the way Leviathan ebbs and flows... To me, like I said before, it is a slog to listen through. Call the Mastodon gets in, gets out. 30 minutes. Leviathan is much longer. And it's just...
There's greatness, but then there's...
It pummels me in a bad way.
Alright, so what's number 6? I'm interested in what's after that.
I got Remission. Number 6. I got Remission number 6 because...
Crusher Destroyer, right?
Crusher Destroyer is one of the coolest songs ever written. But to me, it's a lot like Leviathan. It's kind of a slog to listen to.
Yeah.
Which is what's weird, because my number 7 is Once More Around the Sun. And I don't feel like it's a slog to listen through. The problem I have with Once More Around the Sun is that there are songs I straight up just skip.
Yeah.
To get to the ones I want. I listen to
at least really
4 or 5 songs on the record, and that's it.
Yeah.
And I think that's its main problem is the misses are really bad. And there's a part of this record that's really hard to get through.
Yeah.
But are there songs on there that I think are worth listening to and putting in like a Mastodon shuffle? Yeah. Tread Lightly, Motherlode, Ember City, Asleep in the Deep. They're all really cool songs. Halloween's a cool song. It's not one of my favorites, but where there's just a lot of skippable songs on there. It's not very consistent for me. Where you thought that it was an easy, like, go through and only a couple bad songs, for me, it's very up and down.
Now,
up and down, up and down.
Now, what is your least favorite song?
No surprise, it's The Hunter, because that record is as close to a bad record that Mastodon has put out. And I will go on the record for saying that.
Yes.
I don't think this record is very good. I don't think it's bad on a few fronts. They have some good songs on it, but a lot of not good songs. Like songs...
They're just like, why'd you record this?
I would say 2/3 of this record, any of those songs would be the very worst song of any of the other ones.
Yes.
Okay? Not to mention the worst of the worst of this record. And they're just not good songs to me. You know, and it's like very few glimpses of something good. And then a whole bunch of not good.
Yeah.
And it hurts. It hurts for me to say that. But this is not a good record.
Well, here we are. We did it. We did the rankings, and like we said, as of now, as of this recording,
to feel the pitchfork going into my gluteus maximus from Mastodon.
Like I said, like in 2020, as of this recording, they said that it's going to come out. They might do a surprise release. I don't know, but 2020, which is like they released Emperor Sin 2017. 3 years have passed. You know. And, I'm excited to see what they do. Mastodon is a band I recently got into, maybe a year or 2 years. Well, it's 2017. Yeah, I got a little before Emperor Sand came out. I got really into them, and they're one of my favorite bands.
It wasn't like the hyping up of Emperor Sand, and you're like, I've never really listened to them. And I'm like, you gotta listen to Mastodon.
I've listened to like one song ever. I think it was on a Tony Hawk game. I forget what it was.
It's one of the early ones.
Yeah, it was like from Leviathan. And I was like, that's fine. But I was like, hell yeah. Like, I'm digging it, so I'm ready for the next album. But let us know what you think. What are your rankings? Put your rankings in the comment section below. Please let us know. Do you love The Hunter?
Is Call the Mastodon at the top or at the bottom of your list?
Yeah, there's two types of people. And subscribe, share the video. Next week we're going to do a different... Scott's going to join in. And we're doing a horror punk band. So you'll tune in next week for that. Be sure to subscribe and hit that bell so you can get that right away. So you don't have to search. You don't have to go to blah, 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 Soundcheck, blah, 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 blah. You don't have to find out what we're doing next. Just subscribe. It'll be in your feed and stuff like that. So, yeah. So until next time, remember, rock and roll will never forget. And neither do we.